Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 12 o'clock in the tent. 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock in the tent. 12 o'clock.
12
hey.
o'clock. Hey.
12 o'clock in the tent. Okay. 12 o'clock in the tent. I'm with the homies. Yeah. You'll trust me if you know me. Hey. But you don't know my history. But soon you'll see our victory. You'll see the success. Speak the rap. Ooh, let me just sit back. Sit back and listen. Pay attention. It's the 12 o'clock in the tent. I'm feeling real live. Respect your life. Artist Hefe. This is art.
Hey, welcome everybody to 12 o'clock in the 10. My name is Lady Lonnie. We got so many special guests with us here today, but as usual, that's Artist Hefe on the track, killing it with the vocals and the chords. And then we got Les J up in here, as always, giving her beautiful opinions. We also got some special guest stars joining us. Jordan Lee Brown is back with us again. Team LeBron. Going back to some previous episodes, we got Miss Camila.
Hello, everyone.
She's
How's
shy.
it going?
Ow! And then we also have Logan Jackson. They know him.
They know me.
They know
me.
Crisco on the track. He's going to share our opinions today. Hey, and we also have my very dear friend sharing his opinions here and there, Chris Lewis. Who's on the Let's get it kicked off with Kanye West. Who thinks slavery was a choice? Let's just start it off.
For who? Some people chose to have slaves.
If you want to troll and say slavery was a choice, then you can kind of say that, but then you have to understand the aspect of it wasn't a choice between slavery and freedom. It's a choice between slavery and death. So that's fucked up to have his Kanye level of understanding now, and then to put that and reduce it down to the moment in time that was, and expect the mentality to be like that because we get to be free thinkers and this technology and this good shit. That's all cool, but you really got to understand there's a moment in time where people had no idea to even comprehend the way we see shit now. So, yeah, in your Kanye world it was, but for a lot of motherfuckers, no, getting lynched, died, mutilated, castrated, beaten, raped and shit, that wasn't a choice, my nigga. So
it's really frustrating to hear somebody who many of us have looked up to and then have that kind of point.
He's obviously not thinking straight, and that we really should just ignore him, really. I already think it's time to just ignore Kanye for a little bit, because at this point, he is abusing us as an audience. At the end of the day, we don't have to be here. We want to be here. And that's why you have people I like old Kanye, because you have that old lover vibe. You know what I'm saying? I miss the way things were. I think, sometimes you just have to ignore that lover as well. And it's just time to really just ignore dude for a second so he appreciates it a little bit more.
No, Les is right. It's mad disrespectful. Where your fans, where your community, where your people, how do you speak about, and then it just really speak about us like that, our culture in that manner, but also it shows a lack of thinking, a lack of big picture thinking, a lack of reflective thinking, just a lack of, it just shows a lack.
Lack in general, for real. That's true. That's true.
Lack, to say the least.
You can say that
Kanye
as far
West
as
is a right wing Black American. I consider him just like Candace Owens. They all have the mentality of we think we're victims. We have a victim mentality, and we keep draining on the past and present. That's not what this is. Kanye is disrespectful. Is being disrespectful, plain and simple. The man is flat out being a sheep to popularity, as Donald Trump. His music is nice, but with this mentality of thinking slavery was a choice is dead wrong.
You think it was a gimmick for money? I'm
50-50. I disagree and agree.
I mean, Kanye whole brand now.
You disagree and agree. Why do you think it might have been a 50-50?
His whole life a gimmick for money.
But for real quick, to wrap up that thought, Chris, what do you think was a 50-50 about it?
He came out with an album a couple months after that interview saying that he thinks slavery was a choice.
He came out a month later, literally less than a month.
And it got everybody alerted. because Kanye West's name was in news, and he got people to listen to his music. And
Exactly.
I believe, and this is my disagreement, I believe he's trying to make a point, but he's trying to come off as like a Candace Owens type of person by thinking keep talking about this stuff because we are victims. We're not victims. We're trying to prove a point that our ancestors still haven't got the rights. We still are going through this struggle, but just in a more constructive way and behind closed doors still.
Yeah.
Unless somebody called the police on you for doing anything.
I was just about to say, I feel like maybe Kanye's even like experimenting with life at this point. You know,
I agree.
Tapping out of the matrix and like, you know what? I mean, shit, Trump's on it. I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I'm gonna say, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen.
All right.
You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know if he's really thinking about the results of what it's doing, but I mean, you see, he don't really give too much fucks about even trying to see what it's
Is
going
he
to do.
tapping out of the Matrix, or does he think he's bigger than the Matrix?
That's what I'm
He
saying.
think the rules don't apply to me. I can just do some different shit. I don't need these people. I'm Kanye.
I still don't think that his like.
Disrespecting the
I still
end.
don't think that his
Too.
message that he's even trying to push out now has anything to do with like it being just about himself.
Yeah.
I think he wants the people to know like, yo, you can tap out too. But it's just the way he's doing it. It's like I don't know. It's like
It can
If
be
you
both.
like to a degree, kind of like you on a level like Kanye. It's almost like you got access to the dimensions. Just where
Different
you're thinking
dimensions.
Right now. But I think with that being said, you still shouldn't get in spaces where you like start to troll or what's perceived as your genius because. And that's what we do a lot in culture. Like, a motherfucker is validated so much in one area that we validate them in every single area. And that's irresponsible kind of on our part.
Yeah.
But, like, for a person like Kanye, it's just as irresponsible because he understands he's Kanye. And I get to do Kanye shit because y'all all view me as some type of weird, iconic genius in our time. So that's, like, completely, like, why when you make statements like that and shit, it's like, no. Because motherfuckers is really looking at you and really holding on to your word. Motherfuckers really...
For real.
I mean, artists really gotta understand, man. You can try to sit back and act like I was never trying to be no type of influence, no type of like role model, but it's like, motherfuckers know, you know your art affects people, and you know people are felt out there, and people really start to get attached
and
to you.
listening.
So
listening
when you spit on, Kanye was never a fuck. That Kim K shit is really where shit. When people say when his mother passed, I feel like it was the marriage, because everything that he just said, even from a standpoint of that whole, you literally became like a reality whore.
Yeah.
And he didn't understand that, like, yo, you was built off of something, man. You gave us the dropout. You gave us registration. You gave us, like, 808. All this classic shit that we was...
Greatness. Kanye Dropout.
Kim K gave us nothing but a motherfucking, like, she was a sex tape, like a whore.
She's
like a video
I
station,
gotta
like
disagree. She was a businesswoman in a lot of ways. She made it work for
nobody's
her.
denying, like, that she didn't get money. She's not a businesswoman. I'm saying she gave us nothing, no art. Like, why are we...
In terms of creativity, yeah, I see what you're
just
saying.
in terms of a feeling. Just in terms of compared to Kanye. Just in terms of compared to things that Kanye gave us. It's like he attached himself to something that was super shallow based, and he came from so much substance, and I feel like that kind of set up all the rest of the next shallow moves, because you literally are trying to create
You're
something
going
that
over
never
quantity over quality. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say really, I think that's the really thing. It's a huge disconnect. Period. It's just a disconnect at this point, and unfortunately, understandably so. When you at a certain point receive so much power, you receive so much money, you can no longer understand what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? He's not thinking about us right now. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, you know, genuine creators who are coming from absolutely nothing and trying to make something, there's a huge disconnect, and this is why I continue to say that we have to almost give him a timeout, because at this point he does not feel us, he does not see us, he is not with us, and that's just true. And we just have to give him a timeout, and I think everything will be much better. Speaking of timeout, we're going to wrap this one up.
Pass the drone.
Email us. You got our contact info below. 12 o'clock in the tent. Free the creators. Thank you, everybody, for coming out.